What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the Manchester City preview against Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final, the last game of our chaotic, season-defying run of games in the last couple of weeks. The FA Cup is back, it's semi-final time. It is Manchester City taking on Liverpool at Wembley with a 3:30 PM BST kickoff time on Saturday, April 16th, 2022. But before I crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, want to help support my channel, then do subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description below, sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships, for any videos, or any general business inquiries. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up as well. 100 likes is the like goal. And lastly, this video is sponsored and brought to you by Kitbag.com. This video is brought to you by Kitbag.com, who are offering you a Fanatics experience. You can buy all the latest Manchester City shirts, shorts, socks, and much more when it comes to City memorabilia. You can buy all the latest kits for this season. You can also find previous season's kits, as well as the new releases of City shirts for next season when they are released. You will get a fantastic deal with lots of affordable prices and discount codes available to ensure you get the best deal. You will also find access to other teams' memorabilia too, including those based in the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, Liga 1, other kits from teams around the world, international kits, as well as options for men, women and children. What are you waiting for? All links and details are in the description. And yes, I did get my 1956 Manchester City FA Cup winners retro jersey from here. Thank you very much to Kitbag.com for sponsoring this video. All details there in the description if you want to go and check them out. Let's crack on then with this preview. Let's talk about Liverpool. They've drawn 3-3 on Wednesday at home to Benfica. A lot of energy was used by Liverpool in that game. It certainly wasn't as straightforward as what I think Liverpool were hoping for that game to be. However, they did make a lot of changes. There was a lot of squad rotation going on there for Liverpool, with them firmly having eyes here on this FA Cup game. Jurgen Klopp's already mentioned about the schedule and how relentless it's been. He's not happy. No one's ever happy about the schedule. But when you're trying to compete for every single trophy, at some point you will feel the impact of that. City have already started to feel the impact of that. And you mark my words, between now and the end of the season, Liverpool will feel the impact on that. There's a reason why no team has ever done the quadruple. We came pretty close. It was a couple of games away. We'll see what Liverpool make their attempts to do, but I'm hoping for this game City are going to put that to bed and we make the FA Cup final and not Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool did draw last weekend against Manchester City away from home. That finished 2-2. Finished 2-2 at Anfield, and you could be thinking 2-2 for this game at Wembley as well. But with that massive pitch at Wembley, I think both teams are going to struggle to be able to distribute and create opportunities. And unless both teams are very clinical in front of goal, I'll be very surprised if there is 4 goals in this game, certainly in the 90 minutes. Now, Liverpool, like I said, did rest players in what was it was a risky move to do in the Champions League. 3-1 away from home. It's a good result. It's not foregone, it's not done and dusted for them. It only took Benfica to grab that first goal, and all of a sudden, with a rotated team out, you're thinking, why have they done that? Liverpool were thinking, thankfully, that didn't happen. But Salah, Mane, Alexander-Arnold, Thiago, Fabinho, Virgil van Dijk, they've all had a week's rest or so here, 6 days rest going into this game, as they didn't start against Benfica, and that could well be crucial with Liverpool resting these players. City just couldn't afford to do that against Atletico Madrid, and because of it, we felt the impact of an injury or two, which again, like I said, could well be crucial. Now, what's interesting here, Firmino, he bagged a couple of goals against Benfica, so I'm wondering, is Firmino going to start in this game? Certainly, he would deserve to start in this game ahead of Jota and Luis Diaz, going off the fact that he has scored in the last game with a couple of goals. I don't think that he will start. I'm just saying that he's done no harm in him potentially starting in this game. I reckon, though, it will be Jota starting in this game alongside Salah and Mane. So with that in mind, I'm expecting to more than likely see Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold at right back, with Robertson at left back. It's going to be Virgil van Dijk. The big question is who's going to be partnering him. Is it going to be Matip or is it going to be Konate? Take your pick there. In midfield, Fabinho, Thiago. Then another question mark over whether it's going to be Jordan Henderson once more or will it be Naby Keita instead. And like I said, I reckon it'll be Salah, Mane and Jota. Could be Firmino, could be Diaz. We'll have to wait and see what Liverpool go for there. But Liverpool looking pretty fresh and ready to go. I think Man City's only saving grace here for this game is Wembley is a very big pitch. It will suit our passing, fluent, patient style of football rather than aggressive, counter-attacking, pressing, forcing the mistakes, because there is a lot of space and Manchester City are very, very good when it comes to utilising space. So hopefully we can apply that and make that count in this game. Now, yeah, this is going to be a very difficult fixture for Manchester City. Liverpool run a lot, they press very high, they're clinical and they're very dangerous. That big Wembley pitch could help Manchester City in terms of the press and beating Liverpool's press, and if we can do that and we can start to dominate with the ball and start to move the ball around a lot, then that will serve Manchester City very well in this game, and that to me is something that Manchester City must exploit if we want to knock Liverpool out of the FA Cup. What I will say is Manchester City must play a perfect game here if we are to knock Liverpool out of the FA Cup. I reckon they're going full strength. I've got a feeling Manchester City are going to be doing a bit of squad rotation because I think all these big games they've caught up with Manchester City, and we're at a point here where we can't afford another 1 or 2 injuries to key first team players, because that's going to be detrimental to us when trying to win the Premier League and the Champions League, and it could be a case here that Man City may look to prioritise. Now, Man City's rotated squad is still excellent. It is still capable of beating any team out there, including Liverpool, but it is going to be just that little bit more difficult. But with the schedule that it is, this is the situation and the position that Manchester City find themselves in, and I find it very ironic that Jurgen Klopp's the one that's moaning about the schedule, and really Manchester City haven't complained about it because we know what to expect. We've been here, done that and worn the t-shirt. Yet we've got a couple of injuries. We're going to have to do a bit of squad rotation. If anyone wants to be moaning about the schedule, you'd think it'd be Manchester City rather than Liverpool. We seem to have drawn the short straw when it comes to the draws in the Champions League. Not saying that Liverpool haven't had difficult games, because Benfica, Villarreal, they are potentially tricky games. It could be a lot difficult, and I would regard Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid in the quarterfinals and semi-finals respectively there as more difficult than what Liverpool's running is. That's mainly because Bayern Munich haven't done the job. I'd have preferred Bayern to have gone through, just so Liverpool would have had something to think about when it comes to these Premier League games, but there we are. Villarreal still could do a job on Liverpool in the Champions League, but I'm more on about here for Manchester City and what that might mean for rotation potentially in the Premier League and the physical demands on the players and the potential of injury to key players. Now, in terms of the FA Cup, Liverpool, how have they got here? Well, they knocked out Shrewsbury at home, 4-1. Cardiff at home, 3-1. Norwich at home, 2-1. And Nottingham Forest away, 1-0. Now, to me, that's hardly the most challenging set of games there for Liverpool. And they're always saying that Manchester City, they always get the easy draws. Well, yeah. Manchester City, though, we've not exactly had it the most difficult, apart from our last game in the quarter-final. Swindon away, 4-1. Fulham at home, 4-1. Peterborough away, 2-0. And then Southampton away is potentially quite tricky. Ended up beating them 4-1. That's been the running to get here, and this is where we're at now in the semi-final. The other semi-final is Chelsea taking on Crystal Palace on Sunday. Now, what to expect from this game? Well, I'm expecting to see Manchester City pass, and pass some more. We need to be better than what we were second half against Atletico Madrid. I think that's me stating the obvious. Man City did show that they are capable of keeping clean sheets, of defending deep and defending well, and we're going to need all of them in this game against Liverpool, into making sure we're limiting their space. We're not giving time and space to key players like Robertson, like Alexander-Arnold out wide. We're not allowing players like Mane and Salah to exploit our high line, and whoever starts up front, is it going to be Luis Diaz, is it going to be Firmino, is it going to be somebody else instead? We have to be prepared for everything that could come. Like I said, I've got a feeling it's going to be Jota who's going to be starting for Liverpool up top, but I could be wrong with regards to that. What I will say, as always, we need to be clinical in front of goal. Now, in terms of team news for Manchester City, Palmer, he's in training. Maybe he might make the bench. I'm not expecting to, but he might. Ruben Dias, he is back. He didn't get any minutes away at Atletico Madrid, and because of that, I'm expecting him to get minutes here. Will he start is the big question. I, for one more game, would go with John Stones and Aymeric Laporte. I know they've both played loads of games for Manchester City. This is an important game. They look very settled, very comfortable. They've got a good partnership together now. I'd stick with them for this game. And Ruben Dias, bring him off the bench if he's needed, and then get him to start in the Premier League in midweek against Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, the big news, Kyle Walker. He went off injured against Atletico Madrid. At the time of recording this video, I am still awaiting the results on how bad his injury is. It looked like a very awkward landing. It looked like he twisted his ankle, or there's a strain or something there. What I'm hoping for, I think the best case scenario here is it's just a small niggle. It's a precaution that he's come off. It's a good sign that Kyle Walker did get back up and he tried to play on. It's a good sign that Kyle Walker looked fired up. He looked like he had no injury by full time when he was trying to fight in the tunnel from that game against Atletico. So I'm hoping that's a good sign, and as a precaution, Manchester City are taking things cautiously, because the last thing we need with Joao Cancelo being suspended for the first leg of the Champions League game is Kyle Walker to have a serious injury, and so I've got a feeling he won't be starting, he won't be featuring in this game. I don't think Kevin De Bruyne will either, where we're awaiting results on when they're going to be back, and I'm hoping that it will be not too long for both of them on the sidelines. We could really do with them for that Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid. So if that's if we've got the potential of getting these players back within the next 2 to 3 weeks, it does give us a fighting opportunity, and I'm hoping that that will be the case. I'm hoping it'll just be a precaution, and they might even be available to feature in this game. I don't think either of them will, but we'll have to wait and see. But like I said, wishing them to both a speedy recovery, and hopefully we'll have more news on that. And when we do, I will give it to you guys. And yeah, we'll be all up to date with regard to that. It'll probably be me retweeting on Twitter with the details on that. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter, then link is in the description if you want to go and follow me, and I'll just retweet when we get the information. I do reckon that Steffen will get the nod ahead of Ederson as well in goal for Manchester City. But one thing I am certain of is Manchester City will have to play to the very best of their ability if they are to come out with the victory in this game. It is a straight knockout game, so it will be extra time and then penalties if the teams cannot be separated, like what's happened in the Premier League. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now. I'm going for Steffen in goal, Cancelo at right back, Ake at left back, Stones and Laporte to be Manchester City's two centre backs for this game. I'm debating between Rodri or Fernandinho. I'd go with Rodri, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. I'd go full strength and rotate against Brighton in midweek is what I would be tempted to do here. I'd just be saying one final push, one last big game, let's go and get it done. I'm going for Raheem Sterling on the right hand side, Jack Grealish on the left hand side, and Gabriel Jesus starting up top. There's lots of fresh legs there for Manchester City, and like I said, that squad rotation is still an excellent team that's capable of going out there and getting a result against Liverpool. Now the big call I've gone for there is Foden to get a rest. He was targeted against Atletico Madrid. He got that head injury. He took a lot of challenges. He's only had 1 day recovery. I would allow him to have a rest for this game. Put him on the bench and bring him on if we need to. No Kevin De Bruyne. No Kyle Walker. That's massive. That could well play into the hands of Liverpool. So I'm expecting squad rotation now more than ever to be very important for Manchester City. So like I said, Fernandinho, Ruben Dias, these players could all feature. And if City need them on the bench, you've got players like Ederson, like Foden, like Riyad, Mahrez as well. There could be the potential of a big opportunity for a young player or two for this game as well. But we'll have to see how it is going. Now in terms of the build-up after this game, Liverpool play on Tuesday, Manchester City are playing on Wednesday. Liverpool have got a big game, the derby game against Manchester United. It's a massive game. It's a game I am fully expecting Liverpool to win and win comfortably, but it's still a derby. It's still a very big game, and it is a big deal. Whereas Manchester City, on paper, it sounds more straightforward. It's Brighton at home, which you would hope that Manchester City would go out there and win. But it's getting to that important finale at the end of the season. Mind games, they'll be returning. Man City have got an extra day to recover, which could play into the hands of Man City not having to rotate as much as maybe what they might have, have had to have done if they were playing on the Tuesday. Whereas Liverpool get the advantage of, if they win, then Manchester City are under pressure going into their game on Wednesday. Wednesday, so we'll see. For the other FA Cup match, if you are interested, if Man City do win, we will make the final of the FA Cup where we will play Chelsea or Crystal Palace. We await the winners of that in the final if we get there. They're playing on Sunday, April 17th with a 4:30 p.m. BST kickoff time also at Wembley. That game is on ITV1. The City-Liverpool game on the Saturday, 3:30 p.m. BST kickoff time is on BBC if you're wanting to watch in the UK. And if you are going to the game, do have a great time. I'll be at Wembley for that game as well. So if anyone recognises me, come and say hello. I'll be vlogging for you guys to enjoy as well. That video will be up on Sunday for you guys to enjoy. But it's a weekend full of travel chaos. That's what's awaiting for us as we head down to Wembley. Why it's not been moved and made up north and made life easier for everybody involved, it's beyond me. But there we go. Manchester City, they haven't sold out their away end, so there will be empty seats, and I'm sure that's what will be going around on social media, and not people giving huge praise to me and the other 32,000 fans spending their hard-earned money going following their club week in, week out, as on the Easter weekend we head down to the capital, to London, with no trains, to go and be loud and be proud and get behind the boys and back them to try and get to the FA Cup final. Two massive teams, two of the best teams in the world right now going toe for toe, and I cannot wait for this game. We had it last weekend. That was a scintillating game, and I'm sure it will be the same again this weekend. So let's go. It's what dreams are made of for the 2 weeks. We've had a great 2 weeks, and we're ready now for the final push towards our destiny. Treble on the line for Manchester City. Liverpool have got the quadruple on the line. Something must give from this game. Bring it on. So there we go. That's been the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Aiming for 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Aiming for 25k subscribers, now less than 200 subs away from 23,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description below, sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by kitbag.com, who's got all the latest Manchester City merchandise, as well as all the other football club merchandise for you guys to go and have access to and look forward to, including catching this season's shirts and stuff. And when the new releases are out in the summer, you can go and take advantage of that as well. They've got lots of good deals on there, so go and check that out. The link is in the description, and I'll see you all again for the vlog at Wembley. City against Liverpool. Let's do battle once more. I cannot wait, so I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.